Good morning. Happy Friday to everyone. I hope everyone's well and looking forward to the weekend. Hopefully we'll have some nice sunshine, which will be really good. So let me just have a look. Hope you're all well and keeping nice and busy. Obviously waiting for all the shops to open on Monday. Right, there we go. Get comfortable and we'll begin, hopefully, if by magic she's
Okay.
joined. And yay!
Hello. Good
Hello, how are you?
morning.
You all right?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, really good, really good. So,
Nice to talk to you face to
I
face.
know there's been a lot of people been saying that. There's been so many people recently that I've been chatting away to and haven't seen, I've kind of seen their images, but not them. So it's really nice. So, I try not to at the beginning. So, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you make and sell.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Paula Eastman. I run Pippin Scott Leather Works. When I say run, it's just me. It sounds like I've got a whole team, doesn't it? I make leather handbags and accessories. So that's me. That's what I do.
That's you. That's you. Beautifully said. So why did you set up your business, and how did you come up with your business name?
Okay, so I wanted to set up. I've sort of tried other things along the way, but my history is theatre and shoemaking.
Yeah.
But I know it sounds really bizarre, but for me, shoemaking wasn't creative enough.
Right.
So I kind of wanted to be able to create on my terms.
Yeah.
And I wanted to create something that was truly bespoke, truly handmade. Yeah, and kind of have that quality of life. So that's kind of why I set it up. I wanted that work-life balance sort of dream that everyone,
Yeah.
hopes and fights for. And I wanted to produce something that wasn't quick fashion. We'll probably get to that later, won't we? But
Yeah.
I wanted to produce something that was long lasting, that was
Yeah.
beautiful, that was stylish, and hopefully timeless. So, and my name, Pippin Scott Leather Works. Well, Pippin Scott, I was like, oh, I don't think it came from anywhere. We were just bumming around, putting loads
Yeah.
of stuff on paper. But actually, my first dog was called Pip.
Right.
And one of my favourite tool names is a Pippin punch.
Right.
And then Scott is my mum's maiden name.
There we
So
go.
when we mashed the two, we were like, actually, yeah, we quite like that. So yeah, that was a combo of the husband and my family, and we were all like, pens and papers going, what about this one? What about this one? So that's what we landed on, and that's why.
It's funny. I was looking at this one. I thought, I bet you there's something to do with a maiden name in it. I just had a feeling. So there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Half point. There we go.
Well done.
So, but it's nice. It's just nice finding out. That was one thing when I was doing the last 10 at 10s. I must ask that. And then I think you saw me the other day. I'd forgotten to put it on the question.
Yeah.
I sent it back out because I think it's quite important sometimes just to find out as well, isn't it? We've got a story about why we're called Dapper Suave, so it's quite nice. So, where are you based and where is your workplace?
Okay, I'm based in Morden in Surrey.
Yeah.
And my workplace is literally at the end of my garden.
Okay.
I've got a big old wooden shed. It's a bit posher than a shed. There's a great story to that, actually. I love my jewellery, but I'm not very good with really expensive things because I'm always in the garden and taking stuff off for the leather work. So instead of an engagement ring, my husband bought me my workshop, basically.
Nice.
So I was like, yeah.
He's a keeper.
He's a keeper. I can't get rid of me now because the workshop's in the garden.
So every girl needs is a workshop in the garden.
That's true.
Time away from the husband.
Exactly. It's not a man shed. It's a she shed.
That's brilliant, and it's nice. We have a workshop, but we do have our happy place, which is our shed, and we can sit in there with a glass or two of wine, and it's just really nice just to sort of get away. But you need those kind of areas to do what you do, don't you?
It's that different destination. It doesn't even matter if it's a room dedicated. It's that destination to either go and relax or go and work, isn't it? I think it's so important.
Exactly. So, have you a favourite item to create? And if so, why have you chosen it?
Yeah, I think, Do you mean like one piece that I love to
Yeah,
make?
is there a favourite, something that you really like creating, or?
Yeah, I do love creating the bigger pieces
Yes.
because they're so structural. But do you know, bizarrely, my favourite piece is the Gad Small, the little crossbody handbag I do,
Yeah.
because it's so, I don't know, it just comes together really nicely, and there's something really relaxing now about making it, because I've done so many versions of it to get it where I want it today, that I
Sure.
feel like I'm really at peace with it now. Does that sound bizarre?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, when there's things when you're constantly trying to tweak, like especially because I'm a new business, it's new designs to me, and it's
Sure. Yeah.
finding, you know, I want it to be perfect. I don't want to send
Yeah.
anything out there that I'm
Exactly.
not completely happy with. So for me, that's the one, I think.
Yeah. That's really important, actually, talking to the new businesses and saying that, making sure that product is, they want it to be 100%. If you have to feel happy with it, don't you? And it's,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that comes across, especially, you know, when you want to sell something or put it on the website, or eventually when we get to meet people, for all us new businesses out there
Yes.
face to face, exciting. It is, because you want to have the confidence to go, yeah, I've given this everything, and I am so happy for you to
Yeah.
walk off with that product, and I hope you love it as much as I do.
Yeah.
And I do
Exactly.
think that's really important,
Yeah.
you know, to have
Exactly. And
that.
it's seeing the customer, isn't it? And with your products, which I love, is they're all with the leather, the colours as well. It's really bright, and I'm sure it's going to pop out when people arrive in June to see you.
I hope so. I hope so. I love the colours.
So have you been working on anything new this year at all?
I have, yeah. I've taken the opportunity to really, like we were saying, hone some designs and some
Yeah.
patterns. But I've been working on accessories. I kind of did it the wrong way around, I think. I started big and went small. So, so I've been working on like little fold-up coin purses and passport covers for when we can actually travel again. Can you imagine?
Yes, God.
So I think everyone needs to do that in style now, no?
Definitely.
You know, dust the passports off, pop them in a nice new cover, and away we go. So yeah, I've been working on smaller stuff and some little tassel key rings, and I'm working on, hopefully in time for June, some other little just some like little key fobs, very simple, but that people can personalize and give as presents, you
Nice.
know. So
We like that. Yeah.
yeah, learning about the personalization as well, that's something
Yes.
else I've been working on. So.
Yeah, that's really, really, I mean, talking obviously to you, and I'm talking to other businesses. So when you do come to these events, you will be able to get personalized items there and then, you know.
Yeah.
We'll be sharing more of that later, but it's just, you know, really exciting that you can come along and have something that is bespoke, you know, it's got your initials on it. So that to me is even, you know, that's really, really good, really good thing to have. So as you know, we have an ethos about customer service, about being friendly, creative and unique.
Yes.
So have you an ethos, like a saying or something that inspires you?
I think for me, it's the whole ethos of slow fashion movement. Obviously, all of the things you just said are hugely important to me as well. But for me, slow fashion, I think keeping traditional skills alive and hopefully inspiring other people to try them or do them. But doing it in a modern way, you know, you can smoosh the two together. And I think a quality with a sustainability as well. So, you know, the quality's there, but, you know, I know a lot, this is huge for a lot of other businesses as well, the sustainability and knowing that maybe your packaging's recycled. So that's kind of me. Slow fashion that isn't going to impact harshly on the environment.
True. And you know, your items that you make aren't the kind of throwaway items. They're something that you're going to keep for years and years and years, aren't they? Especially leather, because it's so durable and strong as a material. So
well, it is, and you know, you just look after it. You only need to look after it a tiny amount. It's ever so good.
Yeah.
And it'll be there forever. You know, it's the kind of thing that, you know, what my dream is. Somebody hand it down. It'd be an heirloom one day.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. You know, like a piece of jewellery. You know, why not pass a bag down?
Yeah. So what you're saying is people can come along with so the mothers could come along with their daughters, get the mothers to buy it, knowing that then they will pass it on down to them. There we go.
That's a great plan. Do it, everyone.
That's a good sale technique there.
I like it. I like
So,
it.
so what are your goals and dreams for this year?
My goals and dreams for this year are, first of all, to meet customers face to face. I cannot wait to be able to do that because, you know, obviously because of the crazy year we've had, that's just not happened. So it's been, you know, I was all ready to go last year. So just to see a genuine reaction that isn't my wonderful friends and family, you know, and to have somebody physically pick up an item rather than just look at it on an internet, you know, it's, I think craft is so tactile, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you'd go, oh, that's an amazing fabric, or oh, that's an amazing piece of jewellery, and you just immediately want to hold it, don't you?
Yeah,
and see what that's like in your possession. So that's a big one for me. I think also making the business closer so it becomes a full-time thing for me rather than trying to run it with, you know, other work.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully get another step closer to that. And I think again, that work-life balance. So that's kind of, I think that's my big three.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a lot of people are sort of wanting what they do to become their dream and whatever. There's so many people that are, should I take that leap? And it's just, you know, at the moment, it's all down to, you know, having the customers, isn't it? We're not being, you know, not being able to get out there, which we will be able to do. One thing as well that we talked about yesterday, and I think it's so important, especially with what you do, is evoking the senses with what you do as well, isn't it? The smell of the leather. We all kind of do it, don't we? We have a leather item and you smell it, which
yeah, it's so funny. People walk into my workshop and they're like, oh my God, it smells amazing. And I've almost become a little bit immune to it, which makes me really sad. So I have to literally go and get my nose and go, oh no, I remember how lovely it is. It's so weird.
Yeah, you'll do it, don't we? I think, you know, we all kind of do it, and that's what's going to be lovely. I think we're all going to be with our face masks on still in June, but we'll still be smelling what we can through it. We've all learned to smell a bit differently.
Definitely. It'd be lovely.
Who would you say is your support network?
Oh my gosh, I'm very lucky. My first and foremost is my husband. You know, bless him, he can't escape me, especially this year because he's working from home. So he's got nowhere to hide, love him. My family, obviously, my sister especially, and my best friend, but all of my friends have been insanely patient with me, constantly phoning, going, what do you think of this? How do I do this live talk? How do I do, you know, I've got my lovely actor friends that have helped me out, and you're just sort of like, you're all amazing. You know, the support has been incredible. So I'm so lucky. Yeah. You know.
Right. No, it's really great to meet you as well, because you're very bubbly, and I think you're going to fit right in. That's, you know, what I've been doing as well, is chatting to the people, you know, like, because I just don't want people, I want to do your event. I want to make sure that the right vibe of people, and that, I think, you know, I think people are in for a real treat this June. There's hopefully by this afternoon, fingers crossed, we've sold out for June, and that's
oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Usually we have 28. We're using the stage this year. This is the biggest event that we've ever done, the June one, and I think it's kind of like really important that, come on, we're here, let's go big, and, you know, making sure that we get the right quality of product, which we have. And
you know, your family's just going to get so big that you're going to have to keep expanding, because you're so enticing. You draw everyone in because you're so lovely, and everyone will just be clamoring, and they'll be like, can we come, can we come?
Thank you, that's really sweet. So what events this is the thing as well, so because the other day somebody got it wrong, but what events are you doing with Curated by Dapper Suave?
I'm doing the June
event. Which events are you doing?
I am doing the June, which is super exciting, and I'm doing November.
Brilliant. Cool.
So I'm very, very, very excited.
And also, it's that chance as well, when people are doing the June event, to let people know the other events that they are doing, because not everyone is doing. That's what we've been able to do, is really make sure that everyone gets a chance to exhibit as well. So, you know, like, if they see you in June, you know, whatever, but you will be back in.
I'll be back.
Back in November, ready for the Christmas. Christmas. God, we can say.
I know, it's swinging around so quickly. It's terrifying. I'm like, how are we only? We're only like 9-10 weeks away from the June event, right?
Yeah.
I can't get over that. I was just like, wasn't it just December?
I know.
And now I'm suddenly like, oh, I've got so much to get ready.
Well, the crazy thing next is once we've done all these 10 of 10s, and there's more, I've even having to do them in the weekends to get everyone in. Wow. Not this weekend, but after the next week. And then we start the countdown, and that countdown is, so it's, it will start from 42 down to 1. So you use that as a tool for when you come into the event. You walk in the room, number 1, it goes all the way around. It's just like you know what people are like with their mobile phones. So let's use it. But hopefully they'll, look at the mobile. Oh, look up and see the people.
That's genius. That's genius. I saw you talking about that yesterday. I was like, oh my God, that is so clever.
I'd like to say it was my idea, but it was actually Rob's. So
don't tell anyone. Shh.
He gets credit for that.
He's not in the room, right? It's okay.
No, there's a lot of things that he does to make me look good. So everyone thinks I'm amazing, but actually there's a lot of stuff that I can't spreadsheets. No, that's it. He's he's very good at that.
Yeah. That's my husband all over. He's in charge of all of that side, and I'm like, I really need to add this up, and he's like that. Okay, hang on, and off he goes.
Formulas.
I know. I'm like, how do you even know that X dash dot equals that?
Equals
so out of my comfort zone.
Seriously,
yeah.
Seriously. There's me just adding it all up.
I'm just like a bit of paper and a pen, like a complete oldie.
The Roman numerals.
Definitely. A little tiny calculator.
Yeah.
How does this work?
So the last question is why did you choose to work with us, Curated by Dapper Suave?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. You're very, what I was saying earlier, very inviting, very warm, very friendly, funny. I also think from everything, I mean, I know we haven't met and worked together yet, but I think everything I've seen from your sites and all the interviews you're doing, you've got a very strong vision of what you want to achieve, and you just, bam, you go and do it. And you just, and you're moving, I think, to me, you're moving craft to the 21st century. You're kind of going, come this way. Let's get everybody knowing that all of these amazing makers are out there. And I think, and to make that accessible in such an alluring way, I think is incredible. So that's why. And I think also you help artists on the journey. I know when we spoke initially, you said to me, if you've got any questions, if you need a hand with how to set up your store, which I will be calling you about, you help us on our journey. And I think, I'm sure I speak for everybody when I say that's so appreciated, and it's so needed, especially for us newbies.
Yeah, exactly.
How to do that. So that's why I wanted to work with you.
Thank you. So, and it's really lovely because obviously we knew you from Rob. He knew somebody at Debenhams that he worked with. So that connection. Rob's like, you have to call, you have to switch, was great. And all that connection, isn't it? Which is just really,
it was
really
so funny because he contacted me and said, you had to get in touch with these guys, have a look at what they do. And I was just like, yes, definitely. And then it just kind of came together, didn't it?
Yeah. And I like what you said there about bringing the, the events and the kind of craft into 21st century. I think as well, there's that stigma about craft. Speaking to so many people, there's the kind of, and we know, the kind of the little nannies that come out knitting and all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And that sort of almost like the jumble sale things that used to happen and things like that.
Yeah.
Which so not. And I know for a fact that, our events as well, with even like you say about your big products and doing the small ones, but we have a small child from 5 up to 95, whatever. It's trying to appeal to everyone that comes into the room. And I've been really lucky to actually have guys as well that, come with the wahoo knows and then actually say, I really enjoyed today. There was something
I'm really inspired.
Yeah.
And I think it also makes it accessible because those people now come in and see young people doing it, men and women doing it, doing all kinds of things. And you kind of go, oh, well, if they can do it, maybe I can turn my hobby into something. Yeah. And I think that's really important as well. It's, keeping that movement going.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
Yeah, I think that's so important. None of this should die out. No. You hear people going, oh, there's only 2 people doing it in the country. And you're like, how is that possible?
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. It is crazy. I mean, when we were doing Dapper Suave and, nobody does what we do. And it's it's really nice. So, usually when we go to say we want to exhibit somewhere, nobody does what you do. But it's like, well, why? Why isn't there? And, especially guys that make stuff as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bit of a stigma. I just want to say, I really enjoy doing these, just because somebody said hello to me here. On Monday, I got to speak with the lovely Caroline Thompson Jewellery, who was just lovely on Monday.
I love her stuff.
I did. And thanks to her, which I wanted to, and I had to send her a virtual flowers to say thank you. Because of her, we've now got 3 more people that have come on board because of her recommendation and people seeing us chatting on Monday. And I'm talking to another person at midday. So a big thank you to Caroline. This is, as well, it's, people seeing and talking what we're doing. This is why I do it, to, get people on board and see what we're about, which is really important.
Absolutely.
I have to say something really, really badly. I have totally not remembered who is here for Monday. So I'm really sorry. It'll go out on Sunday to say who it is. I usually have it here and I've totally forgotten. I was more sort of working which event you were at. So I'm really sorry for who here's at Monday. Nobody's here that's saying that they're here. But
you can do a little makeup one later.
Back going on Monday. We're going to have a rest this weekend, but it'll probably be full on for the next sort of 2 weeks of constant. Thank you, Rob. SJ Fluff and Stuff with Sarah. Sorry, Sarah. So it'll be with Sarah on Monday morning. There we go. Slap.
Brilliant.
Right, really, really, really lovely to speak to you.
And you, thank you.
Keep smiling. You've got a lovely little smile. The glasses too. Look at us all.
I know. Now I'm getting older. I keep taking them off to do the close work. I'm like, oh, that's happening.
I had to go for an eye test. I had bifocals. I'm like, yeah, I'm at that age now.
It's happening. I know. I'm ever closer to it. I think by the end of this year, you'll see me in a pair as well.
With a little chain like that,
I'll make you a leather one.
Oh, yes, please. Yes,
there
please.
We go.
Yes, please. Cool. Excellent. I really enjoyed today. Let's say, anything you want to know about Paula, obviously all of her details are on Instagram, on her website. Go and have a look. This will be put onto Instagram, Facebook, and onto our YouTube. So, a lot of people watch this later. I know some people actually watch it by listening. So they're in their workshops and they just listen to us, which is really good. So maybe they don't want to see my face.
We've had enough of you now. We're just going to listen.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, God, not him again.
No, never.
Right. It was really great to chat to everyone. Have a lovely weekend. Like I said, back on Monday with Sarah from SJ Fluff and Stuff. Okay? You take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.